Got Acevedo in on a shot. McCrone, though, trying to get a corner. Potentially trying to cradle him up.
And McCrone so far.
There's going to be the takedown from McCrone.
McCrone has 2 tech falls this season.
Acevedo's still holding on to the leg, though. But we'll get a stalemate restart.
So they'll be back to neutral. Brendan McCrone, the redshirt sophomore from Willoughby, Ohio, and Lake Catholic High School.
I still feel it's still fresh enough to remind everyone a takedown's worth 3 points now. I myself still forget. It used to be worth 2, it's worth 3 now.
There's been some changes in the NCAA rules. Of course, last year some changes were made.
Yeah, big one, especially that the 125-pounders appreciate is the 2-hour weigh-ins for dual meets. It used to be 1 hour and 2 hours for tournaments, but now it's 2 hours for both. Especially these lightweight guys who didn't have a lot of time to recover because they're usually the first matches and oftentimes they're cutting the most weight. They really appreciate that.
Gives you a little bit more time. Heard from the guys, went back there in the Jennings facility. You can tell they were very appreciative of that.
So McCrone got a boot in on the left side. Trying to crunch him up. Maybe his boot's going to slip out.
McCrone
and he's got the cradle locked.
Looking to go for the pin.
He's got 4 near fall. Doesn't have a good enough position, I would say, to get a fall here. He's going to need to readjust.
McCrone will get back on top. 4-point near fall will give it 7-0 in favor of McCrone.
And he's got the cradle rocked right back up.
McCrone being decisive and attacking early here has not given any room to his opponent.
There he gets that leg extended on the left side. Now he can take him over. And there's back points getting counted again. Looks like a much better position here. And there's the pin.
Brendan McCrone gets the pin and takes it for Ohio State in the 125 weight class.
2 minutes, 27 seconds. Didn't even get out of the first period.
What a job by Brendan McCrone. What did you like from that? He had the cradle originally, gets the near fall, repositions himself, and gets the pin.
Yeah, the big thing. So he had that cradle on the feet here. 16 points for a pin, 5 for a tech fall. That's if you get 15 points or more than your opponent at any point during the match. A major is going to be between 8 and 14 points. And that'll get you 4 points for your team. And then just a regular decision is just 3 points. So pin worth twice as much as a decision.
And that immediately gives Ohio State the early advantage going into the 133 bout. Nick Bouzakis, the redshirt sophomore, will get the go-ahead. Bouzakis, another great season so far, 6-1 overall, 2-0 in duels after wins against UT Chattanooga, 12-7 by decision, and then a fall against Edinboro.
Bouzakis can be a little bit of a high flyer sometimes, not afraid to take risk. Makes for some interesting matches more times than not.
He'll be up against Chase Liardi, the redshirt junior. And Liardi going to have a tough matchup ahead of him. And in these situations, when you're facing a top 10 wrestler in their weight class, what do you have to do to just try to get the upper hand? He's quickly just shooting in, taking him up in the air.
A lot of readjustments. And there's he's going to get the takedown. And a quick escape. He's going to be up 3-1. Yeah, if you're going up someone who's, favored heavily, you just got to stick to what you know. Don't try to play their game. Again, the odds are stacked against you. The only way you're going to have a chance is if you play to your own strengths. You can't try to game it to try to play his weaknesses, because a lot of times his weaknesses are better than your strengths. So you just got to play to your own and hope you can maybe catch him off guard in some way. And he's right back in on a shot.
Has one leg up in the air. Bouzakis looking to bring his arms around, now has him by the waist.
And a rear standing, no takedown yet. And there he is.
Able to get behind him, get him to the ground, and position his legs for the takedown. Buzaka is now up 6-1.
And another big change, again, this was enacted last year, but feel the need to remind people. Didn't quite have the situation there, but the rear standing position used to be you had reaction time, so if or didn't have reaction time in that position. So if if your opponent touches the mat while you have rear standing, that's going to be an instant takedown, even if it's just for a frame of a shot. But now there is reaction time in all scenarios. So, Jesse Mendez was the benefactor of that last year in his NCAA match. Probably would have been a takedown for Bartlett had there not been reaction time. But with the rule change, it wasn't, and Jesse was able to win that match because of it.
I'm sure we'll talk about Mendez more in his bout at the 141, but he also defeats Bartlett in a classic out in State College. Chase Liardi, this is really his first action in over a year. Missed last year due to injury, just trying to claw back into wrestling activities.
Right, about 20 seconds here left in the first period. Buzaka is able to work up 35 seconds of riding time.
Buzaka is just locking arms with Liardi. Looking to just try to get around him.
They got short time, 3 seconds, trying to get a quick takedown at the end, and is going to run out of time.
So Liardi gets 2 points in that first period, 2 escapes. Been a great job by Nick Buzakis for 2 takedowns.
It's not as big of an advantage now that a takedown's worth 3 points, but it's still an advantage and was very significantly so beforehand of finishing on top in that first period, not giving that escape point. Makes a really big difference in the score sometimes, not giving up that 1 point at the end of the period.
Buzakis escapes, gets 1 point, extends his lead to 5, made his first trip to the Big Ten Championships a season ago as a redshirt freshman, a Tampa Bay, Florida native.
Liardi low shot coming out the back door. Buzakis got both ankles, though. It's going to be a tough finish here. Might end in a stalemate. Not much progress happening now. Buzakis working back behind. Has a straight leg, might be working a cradle here. He's got it sucked in. If he can readjust, might be able to get it locked up.
Buzakis just trying to adjust, grabbing at that left arm.
Yeah, we're just going to end in a stalemate.
We heard from the umpires back in the Jennings facility. They wanted to let them play, let them wrestle hard and physical, and weren't going to be shy about calling those stalemates against either side.
50 seconds left here in the second period. I'd like to see Buzakis take some shots. There's been a lot of Liardi, and he's on another shot as well. I'd like to see Buzakis be a little more aggressive with his attacks.
Liardi has that right ankle. Buzakis just trying to get around him.
Just hanging on to that shoelace. There, he gets it free. And there's the takedown.
Great job by Buzakis. Readjusts, gets behind Liardi for the takedown. Buzakis up by 8 points, 10-2, with 20 seconds left in the second period.
Buzakis, again, like I talked about, you want to finish on top here. He's got just 10 seconds, wants to get a ride out. Don't need to score back points, just finish on top. And he'll be just shy of the riding time point, but has another period.
If you're Liardi, what do you have to do to try to claw back in this third period down 8?
Well, first thing is he's taking bottom. You got to get out quickly. You got to give yourself a lot of time. If you're Buzakis here, I'd probably try to ride him a little bit, make him spend some more energy, eat up a little more clock. He's got a major right now. He's more than likely they're going to be trying to push for a tech fall. So Buzakis now just over a minute of riding time.
Now, Buzakis up by 8 points. You mentioned in that second period, maybe him being more aggressive. Do you want to still see that in the third period?
Yeah, I would. Again, you're up by 8, so if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world, and the team race probably isn't too much of a consideration. So yeah, I'd say go for the pin or for a tech fall.
This is a very young coaching staff for Hofstra. One of them in their second season, first season for the head coach Franco, and then a newcomer from Ryder in their first season as a head coach.
And this is why I say you got to get out first. You can only score 1 point from bottom. And it's a lot easier to get a big move if you're neutral. You can go feet to back for 7 points, but you got to get out. And Liardi's struggling to get out right now. He's flattened out.
A stalling warning called with a minute remaining in the third period. Nick Buzakis looking to make it 2 wins in a row for the Ohio State Buckeyes. They have a 6-0 advantage so far.
Buzakis just needs 1 turn, 4 near fall, and the riding time point. Oh, excuse me, he'll need 2 more points as well to get the tech. It's only at 8 right now.
And Buzakis will slam to the ground. Chase Liardi.
It looks like Buzakis might be content just hanging on to the major.
And Buzakis not giving any room to Liardi, like you said. Content here, up by 8 points. Under 20 seconds to go. Chase Liardi hit with a stalling warning. It will be a penalty point awarded to the Buckeyes.
And now about do it. About just shy of 3 minutes of riding time for Buzakis. And that's going to give him a 12-2 major decision.
A major decision for the Buckeyes as Nick Buzakis takes it against Chase Liardi at 12-2. Extending their lead.
5'9" is pretty tall for a 141-pounder. Good thing started off here.
And Jesse Mendez, as we've seen all season, very aggressive. Got a tech fall victory against Isaiah Powell, who he faced in the second round of the NCAA championship from the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. Won 23-7.
No takedown there. Jesse almost had the go behind, but Hoyle able to circle out of it.
Locked arms. Hoyle looking to shoot in.
It's good aggression by both guys. Both guys are trying things, seeing what works. There's a nice underhook. We've got body lock by Mendez, it looks like. See if he goes big here. On the edge. Look for an inside trip, and it's going to be a throw by Hoyle. Not able to keep his lock, though. No takedown yet. Jesse going for the... And they're going to go out of bounds. A lot happened there. Still 0-0.
Mendez and Hoyle both going quickly here. Hoyle knows he's facing the number 2 ranked wrestler at the 141 weight class. Has to be aggressive.
And there's going to be a takedown by Jesse Mendez. Gets the go behind.
And Mendez just so quick on his feet. You can just see there, just quickly shoots around, immediately gets the takedown.
Yeah, just really good reaction. Got quick sprawl, defend the shot, then capitalize on it. The lesser you can get that time between those two actions, the better. And we're on the edge. No takedown yet. A danger call, but it's going to stop.
Mendez looking for the takedown. His toes just at the edge of the circle, staying in bounds.
It's like Mendez just needs to get that right arm through, and there's going to be the takedown. On the edge of the mat. They're going to go out and get a restart.
Back-to-back takedowns for Jesse Mendez.
Looks like Mendez wants an optional start.
Mendez in his career overall 56-11, has 14 wins by tech fall.
Mendez makes Hoyle work for the escape. You can, in that situation, just start neutral and give up the point, but a lot of guys like to use the optional start still and just kind of make that guy work up and use a little more energy, and maybe if he makes a mistake, you can capitalize on it.
And if you're head coach, Franco, what are you telling Justin Hoyle? Is he's trying to be aggressive? Is that something he comes out and tries to do here?
A little too big of a club there from Hoyle. Might be getting a little frustrated. Why be telling him now? You know, stay collected, and again, you got to try to get to your shots, but it's going to be tough against a guy like Mendez as he gets another takedown.
Another takedown for Jesse Mendez, up by 9. We have 30 seconds remaining in the first period. Mendez jumping on Hoyle early. Mendez looking for the takedown again.
Looking for a cradle, it looks like. Not quite able to get that leg. He's got the far arm locked up. Just 12 seconds to work. Looks like he's just going to be content again, riding out the period, but finishing out on top, which is great.
A great first period for Jesse Mendez. Able to build a 9-point lead against his foe, Justin Hoyle.
Hoyle's choice, and he's going to take bottom to start the second. Let's see if Jesse tries to ride him a little bit or lets him out. He's got 53 seconds of riding time. I don't think he's worried about, I need to capitalize and get as many seconds now as I can to make sure I get that point. So it looks like he's going to try to ride him a little bit. It hasn't broken down already.
And just how important is ride time? I think a lot of people know what ride time is but don't understand the importance of what it can be.
Yeah, it depends. If it's a close match, it could be the difference of, getting your hand raised or not. He's going to get a roll-through tilt attempt, not able to get it through. It's one of those points that just kind of sometimes sneaks up on you. You're not quite aware of, but it can be the difference of winning the match or getting a major or a tech fall. It's a little bit less important now that we have 3-point. And there's Jesse has him on his back. He's flat for a pin.
And Jesse Mendez gets the pin against Justin Hoyle. 2 pins in 3 matches for the Buckeyes. 3 minutes, 40 seconds, and that will do it in the 141.
Yeah, I was saying the riding time point isn't as much of an impact now that we have 3-point takedown.
After 3 matches, Dylan D'Amelio in the 149 will come out for the Ohio State Buckeyes from Curtis, Ohio. The graduate went to Genoa High School.
D'Amelio looking to continue Ohio State's dominance so far this match, and he's expected to. Ranked number 11 in the country, taking on Noah Tapia.
Noah Tapia going up against Dylan D'Amelio.
Low-level shot from D'Amelio has him in danger now. Tapia tried to do a leg pass, but D'Amelio was able to catch him and get the takedown. And he was able to get 2 back points out of that as well.
D'Amelio going very quickly here early in the first period. D'Amelio so far this season, perfect 7-0 record, 2-0 in dual matches. Against Edinburgh, got it on decision at 6-3 against Garrett McChesney.
D'Amelio riding high, keeping a lot of pressure on the chest.
And D'Amelio very quick at 149, just not giving any room to Noah Tapia.
Continue to ride tough. Looks like he's going to let him up now. Got 45 seconds of riding time. So it's a 5-1 advantage with the takedown and 2 back points.
D'Amelio, what do you like from him? This is a guy who has won over 85 of his matches.
He's just consistent. He's a guy that you kind of put out there and you know what you're going to get, and it's high-level wrestling. He gets another high crotch. He's going to change off, and there's the takedown. Almost has the leg Turk. It's not quite. Trying to keep him split, though. He has the Turk. And there's the count. Might be able to get a pin here. Has bow and arrow. Not quite able to get it. Referee holding 4. Readjusts, goes back to it.
D'Amelio looking for the pin, readjusting. Unable to get it the first time.
That was close to a pin, not quite. Tapia fighting tough from bottom.
It'll be called a 4-point near fall for D'Amelio, who quickly shoots out to a 12-1 lead with 35 seconds in the first period.
Needs to fix his headgear.
A little bit of a mechanical issue with the headgear. Prone to happen sometimes. Ohio State in the gray singlets, Hofstra in the blue.
This will be a stall call against Hofstra.
And D'Amelio seems content to ride this out with 3 seconds left.
I have to applaud D'Amelio's resistance to fix his headgear during the match. That was me. I just reach up really quick and fix it, but he didn't want to take pressure off him, I guess.
That he did not, and it paid dividends. He goes into the second period, 12-1. He chooses bottom, looking for the quick escape.
So assuming he gets out, he's just going to need a takedown to get the technical fall. And there's a shot of that high crotch. Just quick readjust and switch off for 2. D'Amelio right to his feet, gets the 1. Again, just a takedown now is going to give him the technical fall.
Looking quickly to get the technical fall against Noah Tapia.
Shot from space, not able to connect. And there's another one, blast double. Again, not quite able to get in as deep as he needs to.
Just diving in, looking to get around and get to those ankles. Both wrestlers neutral. Locking arms right at the center. D'Amelio biding his time, looking for the opening, and he shoots in.
Yeah, he's 3 shots from space. I think he needs to close the gap, try to shoot from something from his ties. He's just not able to connect from space right now. And a mixer attempt almost puts D'Amelio in danger. I applaud the effort by Tapia. Go big, might as well.
Tapia down by 12 points, looking for any opportunity against D'Amelio.
On the edge of the mat. Able to stay in.
D'Amelio just reaching with that left arm, trying to get Tapia to open up.
I think D'Amelio just needs to tie up real quick. Quick shot. And there's another stall call. It's going to be a point.
A penalty point against Noah Tapia. A 14-1 in favor of the Buckeyes. They have a 16-0 lead after 3 matches.
Riding time over 2 minutes for D'Amelio. And that's going to do it for the second period. So it's going to be Tapia's choice. Looks to the wrong corner. Then finds where his coaches are, and he's going to choose neutral here. So if you're Tapia, you're going for a big move.
What do you think he wants to try to do? Just get in there, get the takedown, try to force something on D'Amelio? Went for the mixer in that second period.
Yeah, takedown's not going to be enough. He's going to go some type of upper body or try to, bait him into a shot and try to hit a mixer again, something like that. There he is trying to dig an underhook.
Noah Tapia, the sophomore.
And there's another low-level shot from D'Amelio. Right to the ankles is Tapia, though. And D'Amelio able to turn around, passing the leg again, and has to worry about danger again. This is the same situation as the first shot. Tapia able to avoid danger this time, though.
And D'Amelio just sitting atop Noah Tapia.
Get a stalemate. Good defense there by Tapia. Learning from his mistakes, too. Not getting caught on his back.
And that must be tough, trying to learn through the mistakes in a tough bout against one of the top wrestlers in the weight class.
Just a minute here to go. Riding time is locked for D'Amelio, but he's going to need one more point in order to get the technical fall. Tapia close to going behind, has the leg locked, not quite a takedown yet. And D'Amelio just keeps moving and able to avoid the takedown.
D'Amelio showing the acrobatics, avoids the takedown from Noah Tapia.
Tapia, though, they're able to capitalize. D'Amelio not able to avoid that one.
Tapia immediately responds, gets that right leg over. It's the takedown. D'Amelio locked arms.
Just 15 seconds to go. D'Amelio still has the major. A takedown here from Tapia, though, could eliminate it. No takedown yet.
No takedown called. Noah Tapia very aggressive in this period with 1 second left, though. It will not matter as Dylan D'Amelio will get the victory over Noah Tapia by decision.
Emilio came out really strong, getting that takedown early, and so kind of took the foot off the gas that last period.
Season ago against Cornell, tore his ACL, but Tom Ryan has mentioned this season that he's never seen a guy come back stronger than when he left, like Paddy Gallagher.
Yeah, you can just look at Paddy Gallagher and see how he's built. Like, guy's just a workhorse. It doesn't surprise me that he was able to come back from something like that.
Jarius Clark this season, 1-2 in dual meets, 2-4 overall. A season ago, he compiled a 15-9 record. He was tied for second on the team in wins.
Clark in on a shot. Gallagher trying to turn back on it. I think we're going to get a stalemate, and there it is.
A stalemate between the two sides. Both go back to neutral. Paddy Gallagher, after injury, he's 2-0 in dual meets after a tick fall in his last bout against Edinburgh's Ryan Michaels.
Gallagher, graduate of St. Ed's, one of the best wrestling programs consistently for decades now in high school wrestling. They just continue to churn out high-level D1 guys year after year.
Northeast Ohio in general has produced some phenomenal wrestlers.
Oh, gets a little overextended on that high crotch attempt. Clark able to spin out of it and almost, if it would have been a little more aware, maybe have been able to capitalize on that.
Gallagher looking for the opportunity after escaping from Jarius Clark, who shoots in at the lower ankles, but getting behind him is Paddy Gallagher for the takedown.
Big trip there. Good go behind from Gallagher, able to get behind and just with authority finishes it off. He has Clark flattened out now.
Gallagher looking to take his arm away, not allow him to stand up.
Clark to his feet, he's going to get out, edge of the mat. 1 minute to go in the first. Gallagher, 23 seconds of riding time there. He's in on a high crotch, head inside. And he's going to finish quickly.
Great job by Gallagher with the high crotch, gets behind him for the takedown, 6-2 advantage.
Once he finished that takedown, he noticed he peeked up, looked at the clock, and he's like, yeah, I could probably get one more, so he lets him go.
Shows the type of athlete he is. Looking up, he says, I can go get another one. He does. Under 25 seconds to go in the first period, Ohio State a decisive 20-0 advantage after 4 matches.
A reshot by Clark, not able to connect. Short offense, 8 seconds left here. Gallagher going to try to finish on top, and Clark able to circle out of it. So it's going to finish the first period 6-2 with 2 takedowns for Gallagher. And he's got 30 seconds of riding time heading into the second. It's going to be Clark's choice, and he'll take bottom to start the period.
Clark looking to try to upset number 8 Paddy Gallagher, according to Intermat. 8 Buckeyes that will have a bout today are ranked.
Gallagher tough off the whistle. Able to flatten out Clark. Has a leg in on the right side. Trying to maybe get an arm bar on the left. Trying to see what he can take there.
Gallagher looking for any opportunity. Great job to get back on top of Clark, but will eventually allow him to stand back up.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to build up a little bit of riding time there as he gets in on another shot. He's now 107 of riding time. Crackdown position, able to pop his head out. Has the legs doubled off, but Clark's locked in the crotch, able to keep him from stepping over his feet. And he's got it locked up now.
3 takedowns for Paddy Gallagher, under a minute remaining in the second period. A 6-point advantage to the Buckeye.
think Gallagher's just trying to wear him out now. Just keep him active, keep pressure on him, and he's going to let him work up, keeps his hands on him.
Be a 1-point escape for Jarius Clark. His wrestlers are back to neutral.
You see in that half shot from Clark, you can see he just doesn't have the quickness that he did during that first period. Might be starting to fade a little bit.
And a great job by Patty Gallagher to wear out Clark. Still one more period to go.
And Gallagher's one of those guys you wrestle the 4th, 5th, 6th minute is going to be a lot harder than the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd because you're going to be feeling it because his hands are going to be on you. He's going to be pulling, pushing, and he's going to wear you down. There's another shot, head inside, but he's going to run out of time. So it's going to be Gallagher's choice. He's up by 5. So he'll probably take bottom, get an escape from the takedown, put him up by 9.
Patty Gallagher has 3 takedowns so far in his bout against Jarius Clark, the redshirt sophomore from Blackwood, New Jersey.
Short sit by Gallagher. Gets to his feet. Clark returns. Gallagher gets some separation, though. Still on his feet, edge of the mat, and they're going to go out. Clark still has control. So Gallagher will start on bottom again.
Great job by Gallagher to kind of roll out of it and make it back to neutral.
Yeah, Gallagher does a good job getting his hips separated in that Granby, but kind of ran out of real estate there. Gets to his feet, hands separated. Clark able to bring him back down again. Get him in a kind of a Merkle position, and Gallagher able to get away.
Gallagher able to get 1 point on the escape.
Edge of the mat, crackdown position. Gallagher trying to get his head up, and there he is. Doesn't have his left arm out yet, quite yet. Needs to keep a toe in, and there's going to be the takedown. And a good job by Gallagher. Just got to keep one toe in, and he was able to get his right arm free and wrap up for the takedown.
And what body control to be able to get the takedown and keep the foot in. I'm sure that's hard, you know, as wrestling for Ohio State, just how hard it is to stay in bounds.
Yeah, you just got to be aware of where you're at and just have that mat awareness of you just need a toe in, and then you can keep wrestling.
1 minute remaining in the third period. Gallagher up 13-5 after a 1 point escape by Jarius Clark.
So Clark going to get up and gets in on a shot. Got a really hard whizzer from Gallagher. He's going to need to readjust if he's going to be able to finish that, and Gallagher able to get away.
Both wrestlers' arms are locked. A stall and warring against Clark of Hofstra.
Seems a little unnecessary at this point, but Gallagher staying in bounds.
Gallagher.
Clark able to pull away, and Gallagher kind of had to make a choice of I can follow him and step out of bounds or let go and kind of reset. So that's a tough position to be in where you don't have enough of your body weight inside the circle to pull him out or pull him back in.
Wrestlers are out of bounds, so we'll go back to neutral. Patty Gallagher with an 8-point advantage with 5 seconds remaining.
So that'll do it. Another bonus point victory for Ohio State. With riding time, that's going to be 14-5.
Patty Gallagher now 3 dual competition.
Like you mentioned, 2 years ago, suffers that gunshot wound. Initially, you know, we're just praying that he's going to survive it. And then, you know, a couple weeks after, that was pretty much known that he was going to survive the wound, but wasn't sure if he was going to be able to even walk again. Then last year, you know, he was able to rehab to the point where he can walk, clearly walking right now. But last year the question was, is he going to return to wrestling? He took that season off, again, further rehabbing, and here he is wrestling.
Coach Ryan said Sasso has unwavering determination to wrestle again after that injury, and what a story it has been for him to be back on the mat.
Yeah. So the big question in everyone's mind is, and we haven't really had the opportunity to get an answer to this question yet, is it the same Sammy Sasso from 2 years ago? Sammy Sasso was a national runner-up 2 years ago, and the question is he going to be able to return to that? He's up 2 weight classes, so that's a battle in and of itself. He was at 149. He skipped 157 pounds, is now at 165, and you can tell by looking at him, he's a much bigger guy. As he gets the takedown there with a roll-through attempt from Mosher.
Sasso immediately gets the takedown, puts him up 3 points, and Coach Ryan had talked about if he wouldn't make the team at 165, they would try him at 157. He gained some weight during his recovery, not being fat per se, but just gaining some of that weight as he looks for the pin.
Not able to get any near fall there. It's hanging onto a leg now, and that's going to be a stalling call or a count. But he's going to let go right before the 5 count, and that's going to be an escape. Yeah, skipped over. And there was speculation even prior to that event that he would go up from 149 to 157. He was a big 149-pounder, might have been struggling a little bit to make that weight. So obviously skips over that. Being out, not able to condition and strength train and do all those things for that time, it's harder to keep that weight off. But now that he's back into the flow of things, he might have a little easier time getting down to that 157.
And to your credit, Coach Ryan mentioned, said they always thought that Sasso could wrestle at 157.
Nice duck under attempt.
Sasso, you talk about even if he's not wrestling at 100%, even if it's 70%, 70% is a lot more than a lot of guys in this country.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be competitive at the NCAA D1 level. It's just a matter of to what extent. Is that NCAA qualifier? Is that NCAA All-American? Or does he have a shot at the title?
Sasso with the takedown.
And 165 pounds, that's a different weight class than 149. Guys are bigger, guys are stronger. Some of the things that may have worked at 149 might not work as well at 165, but a high-level wrestler like Sasso, you're going to make some adjustments.
And that he has. He's won both of his bouts in the dual meets against the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, and Edinburgh, 12-6 and 13-9, both by decision.
And he's going to finish the period on top. It's 6-1 advantage. Just over a minute of riding time at 1:04. Sasso's choice, and he's going to take bottom to start.
He'll take bottom to start the second period, and with a 5-point advantage, 6-1. Hofstra still yet to score a point, as Ohio State leads the meet 24-0. So far, good job by Kyle Mosher not allowing Sasso to break free.
Sasso needs to stay extended here. And he's going to get to his feet, has hand control, and gets the escape. Gets that left or right side underhook.
Kyle Mosher looking for the upset. Sasso started the season unranked, coming back from injury. Now a number 11 wrestler in the 165 weight class, according to Intermat.
Mosher deep in on a shot, is doubled off, but not able to finish quite yet. This is Sasso's bread and butter, though. Looks like he's in trouble, but he's very comfortable in this position. Locked in the crotch, trying to get that ankle hooked, and there it is. And he's going to get the takedown.
Great job by Sammy Sasso, getting 3 takedowns so far, under a minute remaining in the second period, a 9-point advantage.
Has a left side armbar, but Mosher able to slip out of it and get to his feet. There's an escape. 35 seconds left here. Sasso leading 10-2. Still over a minute of riding time. 1:05. Super duck attempt. Not able to make it work though. Is able to grab into a leg. Sasso has him extended, though.
Sasso very calm, though, has his left arm extended right underneath the thigh of Mosier.
Trying to hook that near leg. But gonna run out of time. Mosier's choice heading into the third. And he'll take bottom as well.
Mosier will look to escape quickly here and try to get some points as fast as possible. Sammy Sasso, a 8-point lead, 1 period left to go.
Sasso goes right side boot. Mosier gonna hip him down into a crab ride now, trying to get some separation. Left side half. Sasso trying to figure out which way to take him. And it looks like he's getting some separation. Sasso got to watch his back. He's trying to reach back, and he's going to bail. And there's going to be escape.
Good job by Sammy Sasso, just reading the situation, recognizing he has to bail, just giving up that point with a lead that stretches over 7 points.
Yep. Sasso staying aggressive, gets in on a deep high crotch. And he's going to double off. Didn't quite grab the far leg, though, I don't think. Mosier just hanging on to an ankle.
Sasso just trying to get around.
Now Mosier head inside shot. And we're going to get a stalemate. 41 seconds to go, so Sasso just a second and a half away from locking up riding time. Riding time will give him a major if no other points are scored.
30 seconds remaining in the period. Sasso up by 7.
Looks like Mosier might want like a gator roll or something.
Sasso well on his way to getting his 50th win in dual competition.
Mosier trying to go big, but Sasso not letting him get to it. He's going to get a takedown.
Looks like Sasso will get the major decision. He's looking for more.
Got to be careful there. Will be an escape point at the end, but that's not going to be enough to prevent the major from Sammy Sasso, 14-4.
And Sasso makes it his 50th win in dual competition. Now has an overall record of 97-12.
It's 3 points away from 100. That's an exclusive. I feel like they're going to fall short of that. I don't think they're going to hit 51 again.
And that's a hard barrier to break. That 50 number is an exclusive club to meet.
They could do it, but that's going to be tough.
It would take a lot to do.
So his older brother, Fritz, wrestled at Ohio State as well. He was a big Greco guy. He might still be competing. I'm not sure. A lot of guys retire after the Olympic cycle, but he was a big Greco guy, so a lot of big upper body throws. I don't know if TJ is also a Greco guy, though. But I'm going to look for it. Do we see him try to tie up upper body? Maybe go for something big. And goes right to that right side underhook. He's got double unders, so I'm going to say he's a Greco guy.
TJ Sherrills so far this season 4-4, 0-1 in dual competitions. That loss came against Edinburgh, losing by major decision 12-0 against Brody Evans.
Sherrill stepping in for Bryce Hepner. Suffered a hamstring injury against Chattanooga. Tried to wrestle through it, but the coaches decided to pull him out of that match. So I assume he's still recovering from that.
And they had the option to do that. We're up big at the time against the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, but you never want to bow out of a fight. Grayson Harris from Asheville, North Carolina, the redshirt sophomore, stands at 5'10".
So this will be the only match of the night where neither wrestlers are ranked.
Really levels out the playing field for each side. If you're Hofstra, this is a matchup you think you can score some points on.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, now in the next match is pretty much your only opportunity. Ohio State was able to keep them scoreless last year, and they're certainly going to be hoping to do the same again this year. Sure, able to keep them in bounds. Just working the edge of that mat, deep down on a shot. A minute to go. He's going to need to get to his feet and drag him back in if he wants to finish this shot, but they're just going to go out of bounds.
Just goes out of bounds. That left foot taps the red, so the wrestlers will be back to neutral under a minute to go in the first period. And both these guys unranked, both have a lot to prove.
Oh,
quickly getting
nice
the takedown is Grayson Harris.
That's a good knee pick. Sure, able to get away. That's good. 30 seconds left in the match, or excuse me, the period. Again, both wrestlers want to finish this period on top, maybe get a takedown with about 15 seconds left. Because upper body, and there's going to be the takedown for Harris. So he's going to be looking to finish the period on top. Shiro wants to get away. 6 seconds left, and he's going to get away. Could be a big point there.
Back-to-back takedowns for Grayson Harris gives Hofstra their first lead in any period. It's against TJ Sherrill, up 6-2.
Harris not afraid to be in the upper body. Both his takedowns coming from that position. So Harris is going to start the second on bottom, gets right to his feet, and he's going to get away. 13 seconds of riding time for Harris right now. Sherrill goes right side underhook. Harris has a height advantage, though. Able to keep some distance.
Harris standing at 5'10", pretty big guy at the 174 weight class.
A rear shot attempt by Sherrill, not able to connect, though. Definitely a good thought, though.
And Harris just able to back away quickly out of it. Sherrill and Harris have their arms linked together. Neutral just looking for the opening.
Sherrill with a 2-on-1. It snaps out of it.
Under a minute remaining in the second period.
Low-level shot. Now comes upper body, trying to finish big. He has it locked on the edge of the mat, trying to stay in bounds. Needs to take him backwards. There's the takedown for Sherrill on the edge of the mat.
And what a job by Sherrill. Wow. They were just playing almost ring around the rosy and somehow able to keep the feet in.
Yeah, Sherrill was using a lot of strength just trying to keep them in bounds. I think Harris was maybe trying to work out of it. Great takedown there by Sherrill.
Sherrill now down by just 2 points with 20 seconds remaining in the second period.
He wants to ride this one out if you can. Get a one mat return, then ride out. And they're going to go to the edge of the mat. He's going to be able to get away. 10 seconds left. So we got ourselves a match.
That we do. Going into the third period, Sherrill will be down by just 3 points as Grayson Harris leads 8-5. The Columbia transfer looking to give Hofstra their first points of the meet.
Sherrill's choice, he's going to take bottom to start the third. 20 seconds of riding time in his favor. Riding time probably not going to play a factor this game, this match. He needs to get right to his feet, and this is a 2-point match. So a takedown's going to give the lead to Sherrill if he's able to get one.
Sherrill just 2 points away from knotting things up. And you think he's got to be aggressive here in this third period, really get after it to try to get ahead.
Yeah, he's going to need a takedown and a ride out. So he might be trying to wait till 45, maybe 30 seconds to capitalize. You don't want to wait too long. You got to give yourself some time. But you want to be able to ride him out. High crotch attempt stuffed, and there's an ankle pick. Shield trying to get that leg free. Harris trying to finish. Working towards the edge of the mat, and there's a big trip, and there's going to be a takedown to his back. No near fall. Cheryl able to avoid any near fall points there, but does give up the takedown. He's going to need to get out and get to work.
Up by 5 points, 11-6, under 40 seconds remaining in the third period.
Cheryl's going to need 2 takedowns. But first he's got to get out and get a fresh start.
And you got to go quickly here, 35 seconds. Has to break away, get the escape, and immediately go on the offense.
Yep. Goes quad pod, trying to get a hand. Harris hanging heavy, and there's the escape. He's going to need 2 takedowns here. He's got 24 seconds to do it.
Harris playing defensive here.
All right, now he's going to need a feet to back. Short on time. Yeah, looks like it's not going to be enough.
1 second remaining. It will not. Grayson Harris defeats TJ Sharl 11-7, giving Hofstra their first points against the Buckeyes since 2014 after being shut out in 2023, 51-0. It'll still be Ohio State invasive. Harris, defeats TJ Shire by decision, giving the Pride their first points of the meet. Head coach Tom Ryan of the Buckeyes spent some time at Hofstra as a head coach in the Athletic Hall of Fame. Now the head coach in his 19th season with the Buckeyes, and he's got them rolling so far.
Got Gavin Bell of Ohio State. He's a redshirt senior taking on number 29 ranked Ross McFarland, a graduate student. So both guys have been on the college scene for quite some time now.
Ross McFarland at the 184 ranked class, ranked 29th by Intermat, the only ranked wrestler for the Pride. He's up a class to 184 this season. He's out to a 5-1 start.
Both guys just feeling each other out so far.
Gavin Bell, a redshirt senior from Beaver Creek, Ohio, went to Beaver Creek High School. He got the win by major decision, 16-0 against Edinburgh in his first dual meet matchup of the season, defeating Hunter Hutchinson.
There's a low-level shot. He gets in deep as McFarland, trying to come out the back door, gets a bottom leg hooked. Just needs to get his head free now. Hofstra coach telling him to put him in danger. Bell able to get a crotch lock locked in. McFarland close to finishing, but now Bell coming out on top. McFarland has a reverse lock on Bell's leg. Bell just needs to hook that ankle and break that lock. He hips into him, and there's going to be a takedown. And now it's awarded 3 points for Gavin Bell. A little bit of a scramble there.
Great job by Gavin Bell, getting the 3-point takedown.
McFarland gets to his feet. Bell drops down to a leg, trying to finish. He still has control here. And there's going to be the escape for McFarland.
Under 45 seconds to go in the first period. The Ohio State Buckeyes currently lead the Hofstra Pride 28-3.
Another low single by McFarland. Bell trying to force the scramble again. Rolls him through. Might have him in danger. McFarland able to readjust. Bell's got the far ankle. If you can hold on to that far ankle, McFarland's not going to be able to finish. He's got short time, 12 seconds. He just needs to hold on to that ankle. And it looks like he's going to run out of time. Good defense there by Gavin Bell, not giving up that takedown. It's all about that far ankle in that position. If you can take away that guy's far ankle, he's not able to hook that bottom leg and finish.
What a job by Gavin Bell against the number 29th ranked wrestler in the 184 weight class. Looking for his first ranked victory of the season.
So McFarland's going to take bottom to start the second period. Bell's got 23 seconds of riding time from that takedown. Quad pod by McFarland. Trying to find hands now. Gets to his feet. Bell drops down to a leg. He's going to have to finish quickly here. Trips him, but now we got a whizzer position by McFarland. And he's going to be able to kick away. Bell's going to finish there with 41 seconds of riding time.
Bell done a good job so far for the Buckeyes, holding his own against Ross McFarland, up 3-2. McFarland on the offensive attack.
Same position that we're familiar with. He gets that bottom leg hooked, trying to pop the head out. A little better positioning this time for McFarland. Needs to get that right arm through to finish off in a double leg. Bell now has a lock through the crotch.
And Bell, with a 1-point lead, holding on, has the hook through the crotch.
And it looks like he's going to lose his lock, but able to get to his feet. And he's going to Granby, might run out of room, but able to stay in as McFarland. There's the takedown. Good effort there by Bell, trying to hit the Granby out of the mat, but McFarland able to stay in and secure the takedown.
Great job by McFarland.
That Granby attempt. Here. But McFarland able just to follow with it, keep a foot inbounds, and secure the takedown. So it's going to be Bell starting on bottom, 34 seconds left.
Bell started out strong. Now McFarland coming into this one on his own, gradually gaining advantage.
Bell's going to want to escape this period. And he turns into him, maybe looking for a reversal, but he's going to need one. He's down by 2. He could get one here. He's got choice in the third, but time is ticking away. And that'll do it for the second period. So that could be a really big advantage there. Bell is taking bottom to start the third.
If you're Bell, do you go on the aggressive? He had the advantage in the first period. McFarland flipped the script in the second.
Yeah, so I think Bell might need to put some offense together. McFarland's hit the same shot 3 times. Bell was able to turn it into his score the first time, still made it the second time, and then McFarland's made some adjustments and was able to get that takedown the third time. So I don't think you can rely on one, McFarland being aggressive, because he'll be in a lead, and 2, he's made some adjustments, at least in that last sequence, that he was able to prevent Bell from scrambling to a takedown there.
Now Gavin Bell will look to make some adjustments of his own, get back to that first period where he found success, had the lead. Bell will be on bottom, looking for the quick escape, be a point shy from tying things up.
Good breakdown by McFarland off the whistle, gets Bell flattened out. McFarland's got 15 seconds of riding time. And he's riding pretty heavy. Bell having a hard time getting to his base. McFarland has a left side half in, trying to get the wrist now. Be interested if he hops to the side and tries to run the half, or if he's just trying to keep pressure on Bell. I think it might be the latter.
Just trying to keep him on the ground. Looking to take advantage and ride out this final minute. McFarland 2 points ahead, 5-3. Got their first points of the meet from Grayson Harris, who defeated TJ Schuyler.
McFarland over a minute of riding time now. This is one of those situations, and it's too late now, but you wonder if you should have just taken neutral. You're only down by one, down by two at the time. Takedown puts you up by one. If you give up an escape, then it's overtime, but
sure that's something Bell will think about, talk it over with the coaches.
And Bell's going to get hit with stalling again, so that's a 1 point penalty. And that's going to put the match out of reach as riding time is locked.
McFarland will make it back-to-back matches. One for Hofstra. 2 more bouts to go. And at 184 pounds, McFarland will take it with a 7-3 decision. The only ranked wrestler for the Pride does his job and defeats Gavin Bell.
Attended St. Ed's High School, as did Patty Gallagher.
From Upper Arlington, went to St. Edward's. Like Matthew said, he's 2-0 so far this season in dual meets, with both of them coming by technical fall. 20-5 against David Harper of UTC. And then 18-3 against Eli McKell of Edinburgh.
Yeah, he looks a little bit more filled out this year. Last year he was only a freshman, but looks like he's put on maybe a couple more pounds of muscle. Filled into weight class a little better.
This is a guy Coach Ryan talked about taking that next step. He's 29-14 overall in his career, 14-6 in dual meets.
Geog staying active, gets in on a fireman's, takes him to his back, and he's getting near fall. Looks like a 2 count, but he just got another 1 count. So it looks like we get, 2 near fall.
Luke Geog quickly getting the 2-point near fall. The takedown makes it 5-0. Early in this first period.
He's riding tough. 2 minutes to go here in the first still. Trying to get a cheap tilt. Not quite able to expose, and there's 2 count. And he gets 4 there.
Four-point near fall makes it 9-0. We're just under 2 minutes in this first period.
Going for another cheap tilt. Has 2. And there it is, 2-point near fall awarded. One more 4-point near fall, and that'll end the match.
That's what Luke Geog is hoping to do. He's won 3 bouts this year by technical fall. One minute remaining in the first period. Luke Geog applying the pressure. He finished second place at the Clarion Open this season. That's where one of his 3 tech falls came from.
He's just put a lot of pressure there. Riding parallel. Trying to get another cheap tilt here. It's that leg. Oh, get good elevation on that leg. And ref's holding 4, and that's going to do it. There's your technical fall.
The technical fall awarded to Luke Geog. He does it in the first period. Still 26 seconds remaining. It's his 4th technical fall of the season, his 13th in his career. What a walkout song by Feldman as he looks to close things out for the Buckeyes.
I heard this at a Brandon Lake concert, and it was unreal.
What a season he's had. He is 4-1 this season. 3 of those wins coming by tech fall.
Yeah, he's just an absolute animal. Had a neck injury as his first season here, and you look at him like, how do you injure a neck like that? It's just built like a brick house, but he's made a recovery from that and hasn't looked back. He's just been firing and has already 2 takedowns here in the match, less than 20 seconds into it.
Coach Ryan called him fast as lightning. They want him to try out for fullback of the football team. He can bench over 400, deadlift 700. This guy is a freak of an athlete.
Yeah, he's just an absolute animal. Got tree trunk legs, and he's got some agility and able to show it off here. Good readjustment there. And just like that, it's going to be a 9-2 match.
Danny Church has 2 points, but Feldman has been in control early in this first period, up by 7.
Yeah, if I'm Danny Church here, I think getting out of the first period might be a moral victory.
Just trying his best to hold off the redshirt sophomore.
And they're going to head out of bounds, get a fresh start. 49 seconds of riding time for Feldman.
And Church just trying to contend with the blazing speed of Nick Feldman. You talk about that neck injury. Coach Ryan talked about that was probably one of the worst injuries he's ever seen in his career before the incident to Sammy Sasso.
Yeah. And Feldman right back in on a leg. Trying to finish, needs to beat the whizzer, and there it is.
Builds it all the way up to a 9-point lead, 1:23 on the clock.
2 more takedowns will give him the technical fall. He's going to let him out. And there's another takedown. Sorry, he's going to need 2 more now.
After the escape, and a couple more.
18-5. 1 more takedown will do it. He's got a minute to do it. But I doubt he'll need that long. Right back in on the leg. And there it is.
One of the quickest bouts of